I'm a 22-year-old male living with my 21-year-old cousin, who's a Marine. She often invites her friends, also Marines, over on weekends. I recently started getting along with one of them. Let's call him John. We bonded over video games and shared experiences. One night, while I was preparing to go out to do some mushrooms with a friend, John asked me where I was headed. I told him, and we ended up discussing our past experiences with psychedelics. He then asked if I could bring him some back, but I hesitated, reminding him that they test for drugs in the military. He assured me it would be fine since it didn't contain THC and handed me $30 for it. After a few hours, I returned and gave him the mushrooms, advising him to do some research first. He was staying over in the living room that night. About an hour later, my cousin knocked aggressively on my door. When I opened it, she was furious, demanding to know what I gave John. I explained the situation and she yelled at me, calling me dumb and saying John was not having a good time after taking the mushrooms. Asked if I could check on him, but she told me to stay away, warning that I'd regret it if I approached him. She explained that John could lose his job over this and that it would be my fault. I tried to explain that we had discussed it beforehand, but she insisted I shouldn't have listened to him, claiming he's been drinking. I argued that he seemed sober when we talked. She then claims he drank before driving over. Now she's threatening to kick me out if anything happens to him. So AITA, edit for anyone wondering how much I gave him, it was only about 0.9 grams. The money he gave me was a gesture of generosity for doing him a favor. I should mention that I sent him the money back before arriving at his house because of how much I was bringing him. He had done mushrooms before, so it wasn't his first time. As for my living situation, I'm renting a room in a house that is also rented. My name just wasn't on the lease before I moved in.